Alright, welcome back to another video on my channel, math_exe. And today we're going to talk about speed and average speed. So, we'll just recall the speed formula right here. So speed is equal to distance over time. So we just do one example to refresh our minds for this. So let's say a car travels 30 kilometers in 5 hours. What is speed for this journey? Well, it's pretty simple. So the speed will be just the distance covered by the car, which is just 30 kilometers. And then the time will be 5 hours. But evaluating this, if we 6, the units will be kilometers per hour. So I'll just draw a diagram right here. So the question is, does this imply that for every hour, I'll just divide this into 5 sections. So does that mean for every hour the car travels 6 kilometers, like so? So it's evenly distributed? Well, the answer is we can't really tell, because maybe the car just slowed down at the first half and then it accelerates at the second half. And however, we can conclude this from our answer right here. This speed is not just any speed. This speed is average speed. Average speed is defined as follows. So just write AS for average speed is the total distance over the total time. So the average speed is the total distance covered by a certain object or a vehicle or something, and over the total time taken to travel that distance, the total distance I mean. So with this formula, let's just do some examples from this. So let's say a car travels from, I'll just call this point A to point B. The distance between point A and point B is 6 kilometers, and it travels this distance for 2 hours. And then the car then travels to point C, and this distance will be 18 kilometers, and it travels this distance at 3 hours. What's the average speed for the total journey? Well, we know our average speed is the total distance over the total time. In this case, we can just sum up the distances and the times. So in this case, we have 6 kilometers plus 18 kilometers over 2 hours plus 3 hours. And this will become 6 plus 18, which is just 24 kilometers over 5 hours. And the answer will be 4 over 5 kilometers per hour. Or in decimals, we can just say this is 4.8 kilometers per hour. So this is just a relatively easy example for this. Let's move on to a pretty challenging one, I would say. So let's say a motorcycle travels from point X to point Y, and then to point Y to point Z. This average speed from X to Y, the average speed of the motorcycle is, let's say, 3 kilometers per hour. And the distance from X to Y is 6 kilometers. The distance between Y to Z is 12 kilometers. And its speed is, it's slowed down to 2 kilometers per hour. What's its average speed for the whole journey? Well, a common mistake is students often take these both speeds and then sum up them together and divide by 2, and that is totally not the case right here, because remember our average speed formula, AS equals total distance over total time. So we know our total distances are 6 kilometers plus 12 kilometers. We just sum them up. Well, how about our total time? But we cannot really find it. We cannot find any total time in this. However, we can find them using our distances and our speeds. And I'll show you how. So we know that speed, I'll just mark that as S, is the distance over time. If we multiply the time on both sides to eliminate the time in a denominator, we're left with the speed times time is equal to the distance. And after that, if we divide the speed on both sides, we'll get that our time will be the distance over the speed. And this is exactly what we wanted to find this right here. So we know our time is the distance over the speed. So we can just write this right here. So our distance for the first part, x to y, is 6 kilometers, and then this is over the speed, 3 kilometers per hour. And then since it is total time, we just add them with the second time, which is 12 kilometers over 2 kilometers per hour. And this will become, the top part will become 18 kilometers. And after simplifying these fractions, we can get, this will be 2 hours, this will be 6 hours. And I'll just erase this a bit first. So this will become 18 kilometers over 8 hours. And this will become 2, and this will be 1/4 kilometers per hour. There we go. Or if you want to turn that into decimals, we get 2.25 kilometers per hour. Let's do another example. Okay, so let's say the distance between a building A and building B is, I'll just write this right here, it's 60 kilometers. A car travels from building A to building B. Its average speed will be 30 kilometers per hour. And then after reaching building B, it immediately goes back to building A. And this time its average speed is 20 kilometers per hour. What's its average speed for the entire journey? Well, you need to be careful about our total distances and our total times. So we're writing our average speed formula, total distance over total time. Our total distance, since it travels from A to B, that means it travels 60 kilometers, and then back to B from A, which is again another 60 kilometers. So it's 60 plus 60, which is 120 kilometers. That's the total distance traveled. And like last question, we can just find the total time by using the formula. The time is the distance over speed. And in this case, our time for the first part, I'll just denote that as T1. So our T1 will be the speed, which is 30 kilometers per hour, and the distance traveled is 60. So right there. And then after that we can get that it is 2 hours. So for T2, again using the same formula, however this time the speed now becomes 20 kilometers per hour. So we'll have like so. And then the total time for this part will be 3 hours. And then you can just sum this up to get the total time travel for this journey will become 5 hours. So plugging in this to here. So after this we can calculate this will become 24 kilometers per hour. And this is the average speed for the journey right here. So consider doing more examples in my next video about this stuff. So hopefully guys you enjoyed this video. This is a bit of an introduction about average speed. So please subscribe for more videos and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.